If you're a print-on-demand Etsy seller who creates designs across multiple niches and focuses mostly on getting your listings found through search results, then you might not be paying as much attention to encouraging repeat sales. And that would be a mistake. So in this video, we are going to talk about exactly that, how to encourage repeat sales, even if you don't have a hyper-focused brand for your print-on-demand shop. All right, so we're not talking about changing your shop strategy at all. There is nothing wrong with selling in any niche that you think you can make sales in. That's exactly what I do in my primary shop on Etsy for print on demand. I create designs for pretty much any niche that I think I can get sales in, as long as I can get good designs together for those niches. But you can still encourage repeat sales. So we're gonna start with the easiest, simplest set and forget thing you can do to encourage repeat sales, and then we'll go through a few more tactics that get a little bit more involved. All right, so we're gonna start with the simplest, easiest thing you can do to encourage repeat sales. We're gonna add sort of along the way, and just keep in mind, the most powerful strategy is to stack all of these together to do all of them. But we're gonna start with the set it and forget it one that takes like no work at all. So the first thing is to come on your Etsy Shop Manager dashboard to the marketing section, and then go to the sales and discounts section. And then we're gonna scroll down to this blue section here that says automatically send offers to interested shoppers. And we're gonna set up a thank you offer to bring customers back. So when we click on that offer, it's check the box here for a thank you offer. And what this is gonna do is it's going to send customers a coupon that allows them to come back to your shop and use that coupon code to make another purchase, and the offer expires 1 year after it is sent. Now we have some options here. We can do a percentage off, a fixed amount off, or free standard shipping. So pick what offer fits best for your shop. I like to do a percentage off, and I like to do a 15%. Then you can create your promo code, and typically it's common to do like thank you 15 or something like that. You also have the option here to set an order minimum, so you can say a number of items or an order total. So for example, if you said, I only want it to be applicable to orders of $20 or more, just in case maybe you sell some smaller, less expensive items like individual stickers, and you don't want to give people 15% off that because your profit margin's really thin. Now this box to include customers from the last 90 days, that really only applies one time. That applies on today, the day we're creating this coupon code. That's just saying, hey, if there's a customer within the last 90 days, do you want to send this to them now? Because they will immediately get this from Etsy. So that one's totally up to you. You can do either one, leave it unchecked or check it off. And that's it. That is all you have to do to create this offer. We click create one offer and we're done. So now all our customers are going to get a coupon code from Etsy. That is the set it and forget it easiest thing you can do to encourage repeat sales. And one other thing you can look for is once you create that offer, you can scroll down to your active offers and details, and then click on the details section there. That pops open this little side window, which will tell you how many times it has been sent, and it will also tell you how many times it's been used. So you do get some basic statistics here. And of course, you will see the coupon code on individual orders. If you are receiving orders, you'll be able to go onto your order page on Etsy, and every individual order will tell you if a coupon code was used and which one it was. All right, so that is our step one, the easiest thing we can do. Now let's take it a step further. Now this also really only requires setup one time, so it's still pretty easy, set it and forget it, but it does take just a little bit more effort to do. However, we're still gonna use this coupon code that we just made. We're gonna use the same one, but we are going to communicate it to our customer with a branded message instead of just letting Etsy send the email. Now we focus a lot on Printify on my channel, and Printify has in the last year implemented some new branding opportunities that have a very low cost, especially if you are a Printify Premium subscriber. So if we go to our Printify account and come over to the branding section here on the menu, we will be able to see the options for package inserts, neck labels, and gift messages. And package inserts is what we're going to talk about here. I do have these enabled for my Etsy shop. The cost is 15 cents, and that's on every order, or 10 cents if you have Printify Premium. So in my opinion, that's a very affordable cost figure to add to your expense for what you're getting. And what you're getting is a 6-inch by 4-inch fully customized branded card that goes in your orders. And it gives you the opportunity to communicate with your customer, thank them, and another place for you to offer that coupon code on a future order. Now, not every single print provider in Printify's network is capable of doing these branded inserts, but you will see it on your individual orders, whether they are included or not, and whether the charge was in there or not. And you can also tell in Printify's catalog if they are available. For example, here is the Gildan heavy cotton t-shirt in their catalog. When I look down at the individual print providers, if it's on Printify Choice, by the way, over here, look under this select a fulfillment option and click on choose manually to see the print providers. You'll notice as we scroll through here, some of them have this little blue tag that says branded inserts. That's what you're looking for. Notice how some of them don't offer them, but several of them do, and they are working on adding more. Let's take a look at setting up one of these branded inserts. Here is the settings page for it, and we'll click on Start Designing. Now, the entire thing is just a 6x4 inch blank canvas. We can customize this whole thing, and this is one thing I really like Canva for. Canva has some nice templates that really make this super easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Create a Design in the top right. I'm going to click on Custom Size down there on the bottom, and then I'm going to change this to inches and put in 6x4. And then click on Create New Design. And one thing Canva's really great at is taking a guess at what you're doing with the templates. So they've already displayed some thank you note or thank you card templates here. Now, if you don't see any that you like right away, you can also search for something up here like thank you card, something like that, just to find a nice template that you like. For example, here is literally the exact thing we are trying to make. So this is a super easy time saving thing. And then once you click on one of those, you're going to see related templates. Basically, you're just looking for something that fits with the overall aesthetic of your shop. Keep in mind, how does your homepage for your Etsy shop look? What other types of graphics have you already been using for your shop? Because you want it to look consistent. All right, there you go. That took me all of just a couple minutes, assuming, of course, this branding aligned with my shop. I dropped my logo on here. I updated the address. One other thing you can do, you can also generate a QR code that includes the link to your Etsy shop to give people an even easier way than having to, go to a specific URL or look up their order. If you want to really encourage them to leave a review, dropping a QR code on here gives them a super fast and easy way to get back to your shop on Etsy. If you're not sure how to do that, there are several tools online that allow you to create QR codes for free. One of the resources that does it is something I'm going to actually mention a little bit later, and that is Bitly. So we're going to talk about Bitly for link shortening in just a moment. But one thing that's included with the free account is that you can create QR codes as well. And then you just copy that QR code and stick it on your branded insert so that customers can use their phone to go straight back to their order information on your Etsy shop. All right, so once we're happy with that, we can click on share and click on download. Doesn't really matter whether it's a PNG or a JPEG for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and download that as a PNG. We'll come back to Printify over here. We will go to the upload section and then just upload that new design. There we go. Now we do want to size this down a little bit to make sure it is within the safe area borders here. And then we'll get it recentered there. There we go. Now if we click on preview, it will take us to a preview view just like we were designing a product on Printify. So it's pretty nice. They give you kind of a more realistic preview here. So this is what our card looks like. Of course, we could do a solid color background on this if we wanted it to not be plain white, or you could make a background within your design. But I'm happy with this, so I'm going to click on Save and Enable Inserts. So now I have my inserts enabled here by that toggle switch, and now when I get an order, it will put the insert in there for 10 cents if I'm Printify Premium, or 15 cents if I'm not Printify Premium, and your customer is going to get a second way to basically tie them back to your shop, something physical. It will ask them to leave a review. It will give them the coupon code. So now you're not just relying on that email from Etsy, but we're basically just giving a second purpose to that coupon code for a returning customer. So that's the second way to encourage repeat sales. It's to use a branded insert. And now Printify is not the only print-on-demand platform that offers something like this. So just check out the settings on your print-on-demand platform for your account if you don't use Printify. I have been happy with the inserts from Printify so far since they started offering them last year. All right, so both of those so far were set it and forget it, minimal effort. The third option is where we get a little bit more involved. So this is email marketing. And this is something that I do recommend for Etsy sellers, even though earlier in 2024, way back at the beginning of the year, Etsy changed their policies for sharing customer email addresses, and they did make it more difficult to get people signed up for an email subscription list. However, this is still a powerful way to communicate with existing customers or just anybody who signs up for your email mailing list and offer them special deals, offer them, exclusive deals, share with them information about new products, and just really encourage repeat sales. So you can do the first two and not go to this step. However, you're missing out on what is really the strongest method for encouraging repeat sales. Now, there are a lot of options out there for email marketing, and honestly, it's even broader now, the options that are viable for you, because Etsy is not going to pass through customer emails to anybody anymore. They just don't do that. So it is still worth it, in my opinion. So I'm going to talk about two that do make it very easy, even though that integration aspect is no longer there, and that is Everbee Email and Allura Email. Now, both Everbee and Allura are also Etsy research tools. If you're not familiar with them, they both offer keyword research, listing analyzer type tools. They offer Chrome extensions that help to analyze competition, help you find tags, help you find trending niches. So there's a lot of value in both of these tools beyond managing your email, but they both make managing email very, very simple. So the primary way that we have to now get people to sign up for our email list so that we can communicate with them is through a landing page. And basically a landing page is just a link that belongs to you that you can get people to click on, and it takes them to a page where they can enter their email address and consent or voluntarily sign up for your subscription list. Both Everbee Email and Allura Email give you a super simple pre-formatted landing page. If we come over on Allura to the marketing section and the email section here, this is the dashboard. If we go to the subscribers page, we'll look at this one first. So this is where we have our landing page settings. On Allura, they call it the subscriber page, but it is the landing page. And down here, we have a few very simple basic settings that we can change. So we can change the heading here, the text, and a couple of color options. Click on save, and it gives you a preview over here on the right side. So this is what our landing page is going to look like. And right above that, we have the URL for our landing page. So here we go. If we click on that, and if somebody clicks on our landing page link, here is what they will see. A very basic page where they can enter their email address and sign up for our mailing list, which will then enable us to go ahead and actually send them marketing emails. Now, for Everbee's email service, they also have a very simple way of doing this. They do it all within the Chrome extension. So if we just come over to any page on Etsy, pop open the Chrome extension for Everbee, we can click on Everbee Email here. That will open the dashboard for Everbee Email. Similar view to Allura, it's a little bit busier, a little more going on here, but it's still not too overwhelming. If we go over to the Grow tab here, that is where our landing page is. You can actually create multiple landing pages on Everbee Email, which is something you cannot do with Allura's email that I know of. So that is one advantage to Everbee email service, is you can actually create different landing pages to use in different places, so that you can actually track, where everything is coming from. Or you could have some of them that offer a discount and some of them that don't. It's totally up to you how you use them. Now, this is the default one that I set up ahead of time on Everbee Email. So this is what it looks like. It's very similar to what we just saw with Allura. Enter your name, enter your email, and click on subscribe. Some basic settings here that you can change. And if we click on the pencil icon over here on the right, that will take you to the edit page where you have full ability to change the image at the top, any of the text, the fields that are available. So there's actually a little bit more control here with Everbee Email compared to what we could do on Allura. One thing that is great though is that Everbee automatically generates QR codes for a lot of things. And one of those things is your landing page. So you create a landing page and they automatically give you a QR code for it, which we can click on this download link over here on the right. It will then download our QR code in our download folder. And there's the QR code that takes us to our landing page. So from here, we can take this image of this QR code, paste it onto anything that we want. So now we can actually go back to, say, Printify here, and that's another option that we have. Remember when we were designing this, we were talking about putting a QR code that takes them back to leave a review, but we could instead here say sign up for our email subscriber list and put our QR code to do that on here instead. Sign up for our email list for insider deals and shop news, and I put my QR code that I got from Everbee Email right there. So now on my branded insert, I've got a direct link that people can go sign up for my email list. And like I said, I could put another QR code on the other side if I wanted to for the getting them back to their order page to leave a review. You want to get this subscriber landing page out there in as many places as you can. All right, so that's your landing page on Everbee Email, but it is really important, as I just said, to get that link to that landing page in as many places as possible so you can get as many subscribers as possible. So one of the things that you can do is put a link to your landing page for your email list in your Etsy shop. There are a few places to do it. Everbee Email makes it really easy to update a few places. However, they're not actually live clickable links. So that is where we get into link shorteners. For example, right here under Etsy Tools, they give you options to edit your shop announcement and your message to buyers for regular and digital items. These settings are located in your Etsy shop settings, but you can edit them directly from here. So for example, I set up the shop announcement. All you do is click on that little edit pencil icon, put in the shop announcement you want, insert the link to your landing page and click on update, and it will go ahead and update that on your Etsy shop. So if we come back to my Etsy shop here and look at what the homepage looks like, here is that shop announcement that I just made. However, you cannot put a clickable link in your shop announcement. Now there is one place way down here in the about section of your shop where you can add an actual hyperlink that people can click on. It's not very prominent on the page. So that leaves us with this issue of this long, ugly URL that's not clickable. So we're hoping that people see this, highlight the whole thing, copy it, and paste it. They're certainly not manually typing this anywhere because it's so long and messy. So that is where a link shortener comes in. For any place that you can post your email subscriber link that isn't a clickable hyperlink, you want it to be as short and as memorable as possible. So that is where a service like Bitly comes in. You can sign up for a free account and you can create a shorter link that hopefully people can actually remember. So once you create your free account and log in on Bitly, you can take that link that we created here. We'll copy that for our landing page. We'll come over to Bitly. We will click on create new and link up here, and then we will paste that in the destination. You can give it a title here so that this is just internally for you to know what that looks like. So I'm just going to call this email landing page. And now we will create the custom back half for this because we don't want it to be a random generated thing. Now the domain is going to be bit.ly, because this is a free account. If you want to buy your own domain name and actually customize the front half of this, you can. You just have to upgrade your account and pay for it. There's a different service that you can use if you just want to pay for the domain and not for the service, if that makes sense. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you don't care about bit.ly, then just add your custom back half here. And you want to make this as short as possible so it is super easy for somebody to copy and paste or to type it in manually. Now, the name of my shop doesn't lend itself to really short names, and pod email is already taken. I can't create that one, so I have to put POD Insights emails. So hopefully you can sort of abbreviate your shop name and make it a lot shorter than this, but I'm gonna go ahead and click on create here. And there we go. The link is ready, bit.ly/POD Insights email. All we have to do now is copy that link, come back to our shop announcement. We can edit it on Etsy or here in the Everbee email settings, paste over what we had. We'll update that. Then we come back here, refresh the page, and we will see that is now updated, is now a little bit less of a long, ugly link, much easier for somebody to highlight, copy, and paste, that's for sure. And hopefully, again, yours could be a little shorter than mine, but that is one way to do it. Another service that I personally use is called short.io, where you do purchase your own domain, which you can get some for very, very cheap. I use podinsights.link. That is my domain that I purchased. You'll see that actually for most of the links that are in the descriptions of my videos. I use it to shorten the links to pretty much everything. Right at the top of this page, I paste the link that I want to create. It gives me a pop-up. It uses my podinsights.link domain that I bought, and it gives me a generated, it's called the slug, the back half here. And then I can call that POD Insights email, just like I did on Bitly. And I can click on save. Now I have just a different version of a shortened link. I could come back here, edit this again. And now here's what that one looks like. podinsights.link/POD Insights email. Again, that's too long. I would want it shorter than that. So it's worth checking out if you're considering different link shortening services. All right, now the last place I want to talk about in this video that Everbee Email has made very easy that Allura Email doesn't currently offer is embedding the QR code for your landing page in images, which I think is really cool. And it's right here on this page as well, on the Grow page. If we click on the product images section here, we can click on create a new product image. And then we'll click on start from scratch because that's the only option we have. Now there are a couple things that you can do with this tool, but the The basic one is create an image that you put in every single one of your shop's listings with the QR code to your sign up page. And it pre-generates just like this with your QR code in it that takes you to your landing page. And you can select which landing page, if you have multiple, you want it to insert the QR code for. You can even change the color of the QR code. Now we got a cool purple QR code. All right, so let me throw this together quickly here. All right, there we go. Now we can also use this background here to either change the color of the background, or we can actually upload an image as our background. So if we have an image that we like, we can do that too. Then we click submit and it generates a product image that we can very easily download. And now we can go upload that to all of our listings so that we get a QR code to that email subscriber list. Now, I want to talk about something that I put in here because it is another important strategy, and that is offering a discount just for signing up. That is a big incentive. Most people have done this where you sign up for an email list just because you want a coupon code to use on the order that you're about to place. That is a very effective marketing tactic, and you can certainly do that yourself. So if you put this message out there in your images to say, sign up and get 15% off, what you then want to do is make sure you have an email campaign ready to go ahead and send somebody their 15% off coupon after they sign up. So in order to do that, what we need to do is come over to our campaigns tab on Everbee email, and it would be the same thing if you were using Allura email. You would go to your campaigns tab, and most services like this are going to by default have a welcome email for new subscribers already built for you that you can customize. Allura does have a welcome email set up. If we come back to Everbee email here, we also have sort of an auto campaign that's already built. That's a welcome campaign 1, 2, 3, 4. You can turn them on, you can turn them off, and you can also customize them, of course. So if we click on that welcome campaign 1, here's what that default email looks like over here on the right. So we're going to go down here and click on edit, and we are going to now edit the actual body of this email. And now editing emails, there are dynamic fields here that you will see highlighted in blue. Everbee email also has default things that you can do, like include some product listing images from your shop, and it pulls that data directly from your shop to be like, hey, here's a cool item from my shop. There's a lot more that you can do with things like customizable things like that. But for the sake of time here, I just want to focus on making sure you include that discount code in the first email that goes to a new subscriber. So this is our welcome campaign email that we're going to enable, and we have the send setting set to a send delay of 0 across the board, and that is what we want. We want this email to go immediately as soon as somebody signs up. So what we need to do then is edit the body of the email to make sure that we actually include the discount code. And that reminds me, we need to actually create the discount code. So if we come back over to Etsy, let's go back to our shop dashboard and go back to the marketing section and the sales and discount section. And what we want to do is create a promo code. We don't want to use the thank you 15 that we created earlier, because remember, that one is for existing customers, somebody who already bought something from us. We want to be able to track this one separately. Essentially, you want to see how much this is being used. So we're going to click on create a promo code, and we will do 15 because that's what I did. Now, again, you can do an order minimum if you want to do an order minimum like I did earlier. You can certainly go ahead and say, the same thing we did earlier. I want this one to be available basically forever. So I'm going to click on no end date. I don't want any specific, end date for this, but it's going to start today. And then I'm going to give it a name. So this coupon code, I'm going to call POD email, and I'm going to click on review and confirm. We will get that one started, and POD email is the code that I need, and we will click on confirm and create. All right, now we can come back to my Everbee email settings here and edit this email. All right, so I've edited the text. I've got that coupon code in there. Let's go to the top right here and click on preview just so we can see what it looks like. So here's what it's going to look like. All we did was edit that text in the middle there to give them their 15% off coupon code, and I am happy with that, so I am going to go ahead. If you want to test it out, you can also go down to the bottom and click on send test to send it to any email address that you want, up to 3 emails. So you can, send it to your personal email or something just to make sure it looks right, and then you're good to go. And since we're talking about that, don't forget to go backwards to the other steps that we did. If you are going to offer a discount code for new email subscribers, don't forget to go and add that information to your branded inserts if you are doing those. Now, before we end this video, I want to quickly mention 2 other places you definitely want to be adding your subscriber landing page link, and that is in your product descriptions as well as on your social media accounts. So first and foremost, on any social media accounts you have, include your link in any fields where you're able to include links to your business. For example, if you have an Instagram account for your business, you definitely want to get that email subscriber list out here in your Instagram account. There are a couple ways to do that. And I wouldn't recommend changing your only link that you have here in your Instagram bio to your landing page because you want this link to be to your actual Etsy shop. However, you can use a service like Linktree as a separate landing page, sort of another landing page, which basically enables you to just have a collection of links. There are a couple different services. Linktree isn't the only one, but you can basically replace this link with that link that takes you to another landing page, which will include a link to sign up for your email, as well as go to your Etsy shop and any other place that you want to link people to. So you can use a service like Linktree to get that out there. You can also just take advantage of the fact that this is an image platform and post that image we created earlier, that email subscription image we made that has the QR code embedded in it. Just post it and say, hey, don't forget we have an email subscriber list. Sign up and get 15% off. Same thing goes for if you have a Twitter account or if you have a Facebook account, post that image with the QR code and get more people to sign up. And then lastly, as I mentioned, it would just be right in your listing descriptions. A lot of us have templates that we copy and paste into all of our listing descriptions for different products. You can simply make a line like this part of your template, sign up for our email list and receive 15% off, and then put the link that you made, hopefully the shortened link. This will not be a clickable link in the description because only internal Etsy links are clickable links in the description, but still, it's another place for you to put that info. So if you have it here and in one of the product images in all your listings, people are going to see it. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful for you in thinking about how to encourage repeat sales. I would definitely recommend getting this set up if you don't have any of these things set up. Now, we didn't talk about what to do after you get people signed up because this video would be 10 years long if we did that. So I will create another video with some tips for working that email campaign, and I'll post that separately just so this video isn't super long. But the idea is going to be that once you get people subscribed, you want to have some automated campaigns that send out information about new product listings you've created, and you're going to use that listing to send out special insider only coupon deals. And that's how you're going to get people to come back and make repeat purchases, by offering them special deals. We just won't be diving into that in this video, but that video will be coming out as soon as it's available. I will link to it at the end of this video in the description and up in the corner. So look for that to see if it's available yet. Don't forget to subscribe to the POD Insights channel. Thanks everybody. See you next time.